And now on to our meat and bone story of the day, our orkut zeitgeist list. Now zeitgeist, for those who haven't heard of that tongue twister before, means the spirit of our times, and it mainly mirrors and reflects what the current trends and general ebb and flow of things are. But is this real need really? Was zeitgeist list on social networking? I can understand searches. Why social networking? What does that throw up? We were very lucky to have Rahul Kulkarni, who came into our studios just a short few hours back to have a chat with us. Rahul is the product manager for Google, and he has quite a few interesting things to tell us. Now we know what you're up to when you're orkuting. So we know the zeitgeist list. First of all, we had to learn how to pronounce it, but now we know how to pronounce it well. The spirit of our times. We did this with the entire Google search. Now you've narrowed it down to orkut, a social networking site. So first, why? Why do we even need to know this? What does it give you?
There are two things that it adds. One is the dimension of social networking, which is about discussion, which is about engagement, as opposed to just finding information, which is what the zeitgeist provides.
Absolutely.
The second aspect is the age demographic. So orkut is the #1 web property in India. Whatever happens on orkut is it's a microcosm of the real world. And so when you have these 18 to 30-year-olds on orkut talking about subjects they're passionate about, ranging from Rabindranath Tagore to
whatever is firing their imagination
exactly.
on that particular type.
Tell
me, you hit upon one or two things which I find interesting. One, everybody seems to think social networking is a very young person media. But people are now saying this is completely wrong. In fact, there's this controversy that most of the new users of social networking are plus 40. Is this a demographic that you have?
On orkut, we still continue to see the young demographic getting on.
Really?
Our sign-ups are primarily, the 18 to 25.
Maybe everybody's lying about the age now because. Okay, let's get down to the zeitgeist part of orkut. Now, what's your methodology when we throw this open to an audience saying, okay, here are your trends of what you're doing? The first thing we'll do is we'll be inundated with mail which says, how do you know?
So what we do is around communities, the way we structured this is we looked at the volume of page views that a community gets over a 7-day period. Also what we added is we segregated this using anonymized aggregated IP information to separate out users from
This is
India.
not you being big brother. You're not going deep into what we're doing out there.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. This is extremely anonymized and aggregated info. The only reason we do this is so that we know who are the users from India and what are the communities they are interested in.
Okay, so let's get down to what you really do. For instance, start with this top national communities list. Okay, what do you mean by communities list? This is communities that are forming on their own by certain people, and this is an interactive forum, or is this some people run it as moderators and others are just going in there and just kind of reading? What's a communities list?
No, it's completely interactive. So only difference with a moderator and a member is that moderator gets to delete stuff. For those who don't confirm.
They're the power hungry guys.
They're the power hungry guys.
Okay, so let's do this one. I find this very interesting. Top national communities list. Some of them are interesting. Stylish people, well, everybody thinks they are. They belong to India. Chocolate still makes sense. TCS 2009 batch. Why is that in your top 10 list? Why would it be? I'm sure it is, but why?
So it was a surprise for us as well. So it's TCS. The community is formed of the members who have been offered letters employment by TCS. And they're waiting on their medicals or they're waiting on their joining date. And this is from...
They formed a community within the... So have they given out so many letters to so many people that they've become the top community in the list?
The discussions are on the top.
Okay, all right. Now let's get down to the one that completely and totally surprises me. Shocks me, in fact. Tamil cinema, not Bollywood. Not any of the other. Tamil cinema is in your top list?
I was intrigued as well. I checked with a colleague who views both cinema. And one of the things she mentioned was there have been offbeat movies in Tamil cinema lately. Nodari Girl, which is about 4 friends who help an eloping couple. It's about the 4 friends. It's not about the couple. About a movie about front benchers and back benchers. What about the middle benchers who lose out? The masses.
Who basically are the ones always left
in between. And nobody talks about them. So there have been these string of offbeat movies in Tamil cinema.
Which basically will obviously lead to debate and people to discuss.
That's why the discussions erupt and hence it's in the top.
All right, interesting. Okay, I know there's BSc, NSc, but that's I think a given. I mean, other than talking about stock market, what happens every day, why would that community not do well? Let's come down to my other favorite. You've actually got a men versus women battle going on out here. So you've actually analyzed this, and they're very interesting things. The first I have to ask, so men, applications that people use as males versus females. Your top application for men is chat?
Yes. That's
kind of
breaking the
explodes
myth.
the myth.
It completely explodes the myth. You have the top 10 applications are very similar. That explodes another myth that men are not from Mars and women not from Venus. They're both on the same planet.
I mean, women are getting into stylish fonts while men are chatting.
Women are a little more creative. So women are creative. They want to express themselves using photo bars, emote, or stylish fonts and scraps. Men are chatterboxes. And men are stingy. So you see the third app there.
The SMS, absolutely free SMS.
Not just SMS,
like,
free SMS.
Yeah, free SMS is like 6 or 7 on the women's list.
Yes.
And number 3 on the men's. So they're stingy and they want to talk more.
Yep.
Okay, so this is very interesting that's what we're getting out of applications and everything else. So lots of information about you right now, but that was just part 1. We have fantastic lists, fantastic categories. All secrets will be revealed tomorrow. You may be on one of those lists, so watch out. But right now, watch out for part 2 of NewsNet 2.0. That is completely action-packed.